What's up, guys? Today we are going to do a Black Ops 6 review of the beta. I only played the second weekend, so, take this with a grain of salt, but this is my personal review. We're going to start with the positives and then go into the negatives, and yeah, I'm going to show, some gameplay in the background, so if you guys hear, my voice whisper, that's just from my past stream, so you're going to just have to deal with it, but, anyways, this is going to be my review. Let's go. Alright, so my first positive, guys, the sniping. As you guys can see here, I really enjoyed the sniping. Overall, guys, just good hit registration. Also, one-shot sniper. I think everybody loves that. With the new movement, I don't think it's overpowered, so one-shot snipers are great. Also, the semi-automatics were actually pretty strong as well. So snipers, I think, are in a very good place. I hope they don't touch it. A lot of times, they get nerfed, and I think there's always sniping that is needed in COD, and these snipers so far that they've released are good ones. My second positive is the big one, the new change, the Omni movement. I think that's one thing that Treyarch hits the nail of the coffin every time. They always have something innovative. They were the first ones to introduce dolphin diving like way back in Black Ops, the original. I know that technically Sledgehammer came out with jetpacks, but then they changed it in a way that I think flowed a lot better with Black Ops 3. And then they've done other things like specialists in the past, which honestly I wish they would come back a little bit. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but I think that just adds something else to the skill gap. But speaking of skill gap with Omni movement, I mean, that's just another thing that you have to get good with. Not just the normal sprint. I mean, the slides to the left, the slides to the right, even the backwards dives. An all-around aspect of the game that's just going to help increase the skill gap. And I think it just makes for some, fun, cool plays, too. Just some crazy stuff happens, so big fan of the Omni movement. I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments about that. I think I've seen some ups and downs in the community, but I love it. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on Omni movement. My third big positive is the gunplay itself. I think the guns overall, once you got your attachments and stuff, they were pretty positive across the board. I think I didn't really have a gun that I used that I didn't think was fun. The pistols, I don't know. I feel like I'm clicking fast and they don't have a fast, fire rate, but that could just because I didn't add, attachments and stuff like that. I kind of avoided my secondary weapon, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think the gunplay flowed really well. I thought the time to kill was spot on overall. I didn't think it was too fast or too slow. So one thing that I think Treyarch does a little bit better is, their time to kill. Personally, in my opinion, Infinity Ward, and sometimes Sledgehammer just has, a little too fast time to kill, in my opinion, so yeah, I was a big fan of the gunplay across the board with all the weapons. Going off that, my last, big positive was the attachment levels, and what I mean by that is, when you added attachments, it, didn't negatively impact the gun. It only benefited it, which I think is fun overall. It kind of makes the guns, the original Modern Warfare 2, where they're all overpowered. But I don't think that that's an issue. I think that just makes the game more fun across the board. So the attachment levels, I hope they don't add any negative effects, because I think when you have so many attachments available, it's so hard to pick and choose which ones are good for your guns and stuff like that. And for the common player, or the average player, I guess you could say, or even the below average player, they're not able to comprehend what levels and what attachments are the best. So even I struggle with that sometimes when there's just an absurd amount of attachments, because you're alright, my gun improved this much, but then it decreased in this way, and I don't know. I like what they're doing with the just positive levels. This is how much better your gun is. I think that that's a good move in their part, and I think they'll overall, I think it's going to help with gunplay staying consistently fun. Alright guys, before I get to the negatives, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, hit that like button. I would surely appreciate it. Also, if you're new and you like Call of Duty or video games in general, I'm a variety streamer, variety gamer. I appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. But let's get back into it with my negatives. Alright, so overall, the negatives, guys, I only have a couple. I really enjoyed the beta overall. It started out slow to me. I didn't like it at first, but that was because I was behind when I started as far as, like, playing against people, so I'm just getting dumped on. Because everybody had attachments and I didn't, so, like, I just, like, couldn't figure it out at first on day one on the Friday, but then on Saturday, once my guns started getting, like, attachments and I was able to, like, actually shoot back, I was starting to really enjoy the game. So, on that, the negatives, my number one negative, which can hurt the game a lot, is I didn't think the maps were very good. In my opinion, they're just, like, too many small and medium, like, size maps. And even the medium ones were small. So I'm hoping the full release, guys, has, like, a little bit more variation, because the medium size maps I didn't mind, but they just didn't, like, have, like, the creativity that I'd like them to have with... Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, there wasn't anything outstanding by those maps that and, like, the small ones to me were just, like, meh. Like, they're gonna get so repetitive so quickly. I'd like to see them to have something like Fringe from Black Ops 3, or, like, even Garrison from Cold War. Like, just a little bit bigger in size with just a little bit more detail to them. There just wasn't anything that was standing out for me, and when a game has bad maps, it can be diminished so quickly to me. And that's not usually something that you see with Treyarch. Usually Treyarch's very good with their map design, but these ones to me were just lackluster, and I just hope the full game doesn't have all these bad maps. I wouldn't say they're all bad, but they're nothing outstanding. Like, there's just nothing so far that just, like, wants me to keep playing on these maps over and over. So I'm really hoping that they held off for the best ones for release. And my only other negative, and I don't think it's as much of a Treyarch thing as that it is an Activision thing in general, is it's still very war-zoned. And what I mean by that is just all these attachments. Like, ever since Warzone came out, it's just attachment upon attachment upon attachment upon attachment. And I know it technically started with Modern Warfare, because that game, the 2019 Modern Warfare, came out before Warzone, but I think they always had in mind Warzone coming out with Fortnite competing, and then it just happened to be that Warzone came out during the pandemic, the early times, so everybody fell in love. But now, just every Call of Duty has been Warzone, and it's just attachment upon attachment upon attachment, and maybe I'm old school with that, because I've been playing since COD 4 Modern Warfare. But if they just get so tiring and trying to find the right attachment. I do like that it's vertical now, but trying to find the right attachments is just so irritating. Also, my other little complaints, and this isn't even a Treyarch thing, this is just like Activision being Activision. I know they're not going to get rid of skill-based matchmaking at this point. I know it, but can you just turn it down just a little bit? I mean, because at some point I'm going to get burned out from leaning forward every f***ing game. I understand why they do it. I get it from a marketing standpoint. But can you please just turn it down a little bit? Please. I'm begging you, please. It's the whole point of ranked is skill-based. Please! Oh, and your guys' hacking issue. The fact that there's already hackers already across the beta is just...
There hasn't been, like, one map that's really...
Yeah, your anti-cheat just... It ain't it, Chief. Please. Get rid of the hackers. Hacking, not fun. By the way, if you're hacking, how is that even fun? How? Like, cheating... Don't you get tired of, like, not actually being good? Maybe that's just me. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you could, leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with. Subscribe if you're new. And you can keep watching for the rest of the gameplay. It's just, like I said, it's just one game of... that I did okay in. But either way, guys, have a good one. Adios. bonus kills.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Damn it, they must have hacked our tunnel. Go dark. We'll pick you up later.